In a world where misinformation goes viral, deep fakes look more real than real life, and influencers dictate public opinion with a glance at the camera, one question remains. Why do we believe what we see? Not what's proven, not what's thought through, but what's visible. The answer isn't cultural, political, or even educational. It's neurological. Your brain isn't designed for truth. It's designed for survival. In the early days of humanity, seeing was believing because it had to be. You didn't have time to analyze footprints or run statistical models about whether a predator was nearby. If your eyes saw movement in the tall grass, you ran. Those who second-guessed their vision didn't pass on their genes, so our brains evolved to trust sight, instinctively, automatically, often irrationally. But here's the problem. The world has changed. Our visual inputs are no longer raw and unfiltered. They're curated, edited, enhanced. We don't see reality. We see images, screens, thumbnails, filters. Yet the ancient parts of our brain still react to them as if they were real. The amygdala, the brain's threat detector, doesn't yet know the difference between a real gun and a high-definition photo of one. It just responds. Trust, then, isn't built on evidence. It's built on visual coherence, smooth skin, symmetrical faces, confident posture, direct eye contact. These signals trigger deep-seated instincts. In modern neuroscience, this is known as the halo effect. We tend to attribute truth, intelligence, and goodness to those who look polished, attractive, or calm, even if their ideas are empty. This is why politicians rehearse hand gestures, why social media creators obsess over lighting, and why even the most untrustworthy personalities can build cult-like followings if their aesthetic is consistent. The brain doesn't wait for fact-checking. It decides in milliseconds based on what it sees, but it goes deeper. Oxytocin, often called the trust hormone, is released in the brain when we feel social connection, especially through eye contact, even when that eye contact comes from a person on a screen. This is why parasocial relationships, one-sided bonds with media figures, feel real. Your brain releases the same neurochemicals it would during a face-to-face conversation. Emotionally, the body believes it knows that person. And if you know someone, your brain assumes you can trust them. This creates a massive vulnerability in the digital age. Manipulators don't need to convince you with logic. They only need to appear trustworthy. Look directly into the lens. Speak slowly. Smile slightly. Show open palms. The rest is biology. You trust what your nervous system interprets as safe, even if your rational mind objects. And there's another layer, confirmation bias. We are more likely to believe images and faces that align with what we already want to believe. Our brains aren't seeking truth. They're seeking reinforcement. A person who looks like one of us is trusted more than someone who doesn't at tea, even if both say the same thing. This isn't just cognitive, it's chemical. Dopamine rewards us when we see information that fits our worldview. Trust becomes a feedback loop, not a pursuit of accuracy. So what happens when we live in a world flooded with hyper-real images? When truth is performative and perception can be bought? We enter what some theorists call the post-truth era, but maybe it's more accurate to say we always lived there. We've always trusted appearances. The only difference now is that appearances are programmable. Does this mean trust is dead? No, but it means trust must be redefined. In the digital age, authentic trust will not be built by how people look, but by how consistently their actions match their message. It will not be determined by the clarity of the image, but by the integrity behind it. In the end, your brain is not your enemy. It's a beautiful, ancient machine trying to keep you alive. But like any machine, it needs updates. Today, trust must be more than instinct. It must be intentional. Because in a world where we believe what we see, the most dangerous thing isn't the lie. It's the illusion that it ever looked like the truth.